And we're doing just that. And let's take a look at this break. Supersonic, we're ready to get this one underway. You seeing anything catching your eye?
There's a lot of people a little bit more towards the south. I think the safe zone is probably going to pull a little bit farther south, so we'll see how that one plays out. And here we have Great American. I wonder if this is America from yesterday. I think that Cardo's probably here rooting for this guy as well, regardless. We'll see where he goes ahead and takes a landing at the two campers there. We'll see if he can get himself enough loot. Dark Anakin, a player that's been in the community for a while. He's going to be coming in right now. We'll see if he can find himself some stuff in this warehouse. And the first kill of the game's already happened. Chaos Ape getting himself an AR and lands himself a headshot kill to start off this match.
Do want to note, as all the players are coming down right now to the map, getting their first items into their inventory, one of the big things that we actually did see yesterday was slightly more aggressive play. Seeing a lot of players coming out with really nothing to lose here, maybe just queued up in TwitchCon on a whim, trying to get into this tournament, and we're seeing early kills coming out in a lot of these matches.
Yeah, absolutely. Or we've seen a couple people that are in the community that have come out and just played aggressive, just trying to make a statement, seeing if they can take down a high kill win. We saw a couple high kill wins yesterday. We had a
bunch of
Crossover get a 9 kill second. One of the other guys got a 9 kill first yesterday. So we're definitely seeing people step up and able to get some high kills on land.
And that was one of the things I was really excited about, too, with the announcements yesterday when they started to talk about Pro League and get it all hyped up. They're putting a big emphasis on kills, and we're already starting to see that echoed out in the play right now. A lot of players going for those flashy kills. Right now, we only do see one of them, but jumping on right now, with this player for the first time, we can see already having the helmet here and getting some pretty decent weapons as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're over here by Big Boy Gaming, another guy that's been around forever, getting looted up. And this early stage is something that does play out slow. We talk about it again. Game plays out in 3 phases. You've got phase 1, which is your loot phase. Phase 2, figuring out where that safe zone is going to be. Start figuring out what your play style is going to be for that match. And then we go into those end circles where it's really close and everybody's forced to take fights and it's kind of chaos and you start just seeing everybody drop. So we are still in that first phase. We're going to be switching to that second phase here in about 3-ish minutes. It's going to move on that first gas ring and we'll start switching to mid game.
Now, we've been on board with that, Greg, for a little while here, and you can see it seems like he is just absolutely stalking Big Boy Gaming right now. Probably saw him actually go into the house, trying to figure out what his play is going to be. It might be a little greedy to go in for that early kill, but we're going to jump in right now with a 1v1. It is Ranger and Manny. Shots firing out, both of these players getting relatively low. And if you're just tuning in today for the first time, do want to note we have this new Versus card, so you can actually see what weapons are going to be equipped, whether or not they have a helmet or body armor. And whoo, kill feed starting to light up here, Supersonic.
Yeah, Skill Assassin getting taken out by Kim Long, who we were on board with before. But again, on that, you can also see these players' kill counts. You'll be able to see their ammo totals. You'll be able to get a lot of information for the viewers at home about what these guys are using at what time in these engagements. And Ranger here going to go ahead and get a couple more hits into Manny. Manny gets behind cover, healing up, and he's going to go ahead and separate. Those guys are going to disengage from each other. Not a lot of ammo on either one of them, so you don't want to expend the only ammo you have so far.
Yeah, one of the things I do like about this 1v1 as well, it's really nice because even if they only fire a couple shots at each other, you're going to actually have that pop up, and then you can kind of keep track of these players even when we move off of the fight, and you actually have a good idea of what's in their inventory. So this 1v1 feature has been really nice, this Versus card that pops up.
Yeah, the Versus card is definitely a nice change. It brings up a lot more information for the guys at home. And we got Pat on this roof here going at a fight with Odin Plague. Plague well behind. Here comes the nade. We'll see if he can connect or if it's overthrown. Misses, car gets in the car and gets away before the grenade goes off. We'll see if he can maybe try and get a couple more shots off into the vehicle. Plague going to be able to get away there. Hops back out, though. Looks like he still wants the fight.
This seems a little bit greedy to me. What do you think the advantages of actually taking this fight are?
I mean, the advantage is if you get the kill, you can go ahead, go up there, get the loot relatively free. There's not anybody else around, but really it's just not worth it. Right now, he's using his vehicle as his cover. Your vehicle is now taking damage. The vehicle is going to get you further in the game. You are sacrificing a resource right now. We talked about the war of attrition multiple times yesterday, and I really don't like in competitive play for you to be sacrificing a big part of your game, which is the vehicle, to just get opened up on. It's already down to 36%. Another hit will take away the boost. That car will not make it to the end of the game at this point.
Yeah, and that is such a huge late game resource. That is one of the things that you need to have, but we are going to get an idea of this first safe zone right now. And Supersonic, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of PV, but Spence Hills being a little bit closer towards that center area.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have America in this game, so there is Great American and America. Cardo has 2 chances in this game for America to take down a win.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And now we are going to jump on with Random Rain right now. We're talking about just how important the resource of having a vehicle can be. One of the important things to keep them going is, of course, going to be the fuel. And with the change that we did actually see, how much does that actually affect the late game with a vehicle?
It affects it quite a bit, where typically you were getting a gas can out of every car. Now you have to get them from gas stations or out of airdrops. So people aren't hoarding 15 gas cans anymore and able to just drive in the mountains the whole match. At some point, they either need to hide their car and get out and defend it, or they're just going to run out of the car. You can't just drive one single car the whole match anymore.
Yeah, and we will definitely see that as we do advance forward right now. But flipping that car over right now is going to be little Lucky Sevens Hansen.
Hansen's actually a really solid player, played a lot in the Champions Arena online, the community events. He did really well, I believe, in their inaugural season. They just did a Season 1. They're in Season 2 right now, and I believe he was in the top 10 he was top 10 for Season 1 of Champions Arena. So he's somebody that we could definitely keep an eye on and might be able to show up here on land today.
As everybody starts to move over to this safe zone, it's kind of one of the clear moments in the match where we have started to approach that mid-game. A lot of the players hoping to have everything that they're going to need for the match and start to actually collapse in and get these fights going. What is that average loadout that you really like to have? I mean, we got to talk to people like Mighty Mouse, Theo, and Squigglepoof, everyone kind of having their own flair, and obviously we want to see players adapting on the fly, but in an ideal situation, when you make your way to that first ring, what do you want to have?
In that first ring, you definitely want to have, you absolutely need an AR or an AK. The questionable side right now is, do I carry an SMG, a shotgun, or another AR? So the AK has been being used really successfully in close range combat. So a lot of players have been going like AK, AR, and then throwable, so that they're not having to swap. Previously in other tournaments, you would typically carry 3 weapons and then drop one and swap a nade in to be able to use the grenades. Now we see a lot of guys going 2 weapons and then they're throwable. So it's a little bit more fast-paced in that sense, because you're not having to hide, swap a weapon, then go back out and take the combat. So I like the AK, AR, throwable is the loadout I prefer myself.
Well, speaking of fast-paced right now, we see Midnight Reaper fully kitted out here, potentially looking for a fight, trying to line up that shot.
Yeah, we'll see if he takes that fight. Superman Man of Steel, another guy that I've had many encounters with in-game, and he's been playing since the early days, and he's going to play to try and make it in for Sunday, absolutely. I don't think he's going to take that fight right now. He's just going to go ahead and drive off.
Yeah, manages to get out there unscathed as well, maybe taking a shot to the car, but we could see he was at least 94%, so in a pretty good location. Urban now onto the ATV. We're seeing a whole bunch of people riding around on the ATVs trying to upgrade their vehicles, and just like that, it is going to be Blackpot finding a police car, and you can hear that sound. That's going to be a pretty clear indication that there may be a scuffle going on by that airdrop.
Yeah, Afro here looks like he was taking a couple shots. Not sure who he's taking shots at. May have been Mitch's Gaming. Mitch going to go ahead and drive out of there, though. And we have another fight here between Blackpot and Impact Terrific, and he is just going to absolutely laser on that AK. Gets that muscle memory down, pulls it down, controls the recoil, and just rips him apart. And now we're going to see another fight come out between Cheese and Wooly, while Spooky Jacob goes down to Wooly, actually, right before we got there. And Wooly going to get another 2-tap onto Tundra Cheese. So Wooly just laying down 2 guys there in about 10-15 seconds.
With the 2-tap and with 2 kills now in his pocket, back on board with Blackpot. He's going to have a kill of his own, taking all of the spoils right now from that kill. We are at 69 players here, only the top 10 going to be able to advance to Sunday. Another fight definitely heating up here. It's going to be shots going into Plague from long range, trying to connect onto the target, but it is going to be Pat who takes a couple of shots here. But just like that, Pat is going to get eliminated by Plague.
He does go ahead and rip up that vehicle, though. That vehicle was extremely low to begin with, and it does get finished off. So Plague now going to be stuck on foot. I don't believe that Pat had a vehicle. Big Boy Gaming now coming down through the water. It looks like a couple shots are coming down from above. Didn't quite catch who that was, but it looks like there's a few guys actually up that mountain, so we'll see if a fight ends up happening up there in a few minutes.
And one of the things with that last skirmish that we did see, though, as well, it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, I don't have a vehicle, this person does. Maybe I can take the fight, try to get that vehicle to move into this later portion of the game, jumping on right now with another fight. But the person who does have the vehicle has a lot more to lose in that situation. And just like that, we're going to see Chuck go down. And we've seen a little bit out of this player here at TwitchCon. Not going to have odds in his favor this time around.
Yeah, and Aspires go hard. Going to go ahead and get a kill and a little bit of BM with the emotes at the end of it. Aspire
and
takes
it's not
down
even
a player.
noon here, and you're already breaking out the BM. Sheesh.
Yeah, and we got Devil's Mercy here hanging out. Gilly suited up. I do believe he's got the... I can't quite tell by the back of it. I can't tell if it's an AK on his... Well, no, he has the AK out, so I think he has the hunting rifle on his back. He just doesn't have it skinned.
Yeah, we actually didn't get a chance to look at that airdrop specifically, so it looks like he may have been the one to get there first and actually get that loot. Back on board with Superman of Steel. Looks like he's going to try to ride the gas into this safe zone right now. And now that we've started to get an idea that's really collapsing here as the gas does start to expand, what do you think of the safe zone? It seems like it's moving a little bit towards Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, it is pulling towards Pleasant Valley. We might end up seeing it pull the way that we did yesterday, where it pulled into that northwest corner. We might end up getting the southeast corner and a little bit of tree and open field cover just southeast of PV. I'm expecting it to probably end right there. It'll start centering upon itself here on the next one.
Now in another 1v1.
Yeah, Geo Kiddo here against Big Boy Gaming. Big Boy going to come out, get a throwable off, not able to connect, gets a couple shots off. Geo now getting tagged by another player from the side, and he is going to just try and get out of there. He does not want to take a pinch play.
Yeah, Geo pedal to the metal right now, trying to retreat from a very bad fight. We see Big Boy Gaming not in pursuit right now, going a direction of his own. Explosion going to rain out here. Louis inside of that POV.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch the guys try and throw a nade at a car that goes by. It doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's glorious. When you connect a grenade onto a moving car, it's awesome. Midnight Reaper going to get taken out by Dan Demand there, though, and I think that is the second kill that we just saw out of Dan this game.
We saw Midnight Reaper in quite a few scenarios where he just looked like he was in a dominating position, also getting into some good fights there as well, but now on board with Big Boy Gaming. Oh, jumping back into another 1v1. This has just been a lot of action to start off this game.
Yeah, Aerith going out into the open extremely low, and he is going to get caught by Aspires there right at the end. We'll see if we get another emote out of him. Lexi Chaotic now looking for a fight here with that Greg, and he is going to get two-tap. That Greg landing some nice shots and dropping Lexi.
Yeah, you just see that helmet pop off, and right after that, the two-tap does come in. Beautiful plays coming out here. 62 players still do remain.
Yep, still here with checking out Blackpot, who got that kill that we saw earlier, and he's hanging out in the building. Robbie, you see a lot of guys starting to kind of take some time, find an area that they can sit in within the safe zone and just hang out and kind of wait this one out and see if maybe some more people will die. You're going to see some players that play that way the whole game. Other players you're going to see, like Aspire, take fights the whole match. So we'll see which playstyle ends up playing out. You put yourself at less risk when you're playing for the long game, but Aspire here not going to see that Greg. He could have had some free shots there.
Yeah, that Greg just playing possum there for a second. Now going to get inside of the Jeep. Another grenade going to come out. It's Rox up on the hill trying to pump a couple of shots into the vehicle. Going to get some connection here. We are going to see that that vehicle is below the threshold now. It's Rox going to win that war for a second there, but also having some serious damage into the Jeep.
Yeah, it's down to about 24. It is right at the point where it's going to catch on fire. When you get to 20%, the vehicle catches on fire and starts damaging itself until it explodes. You have fire coming out of the car, you don't want to be in it anymore. In case anybody wasn't aware, cars on fire are bad for you.
Yeah, definitely a bad thing. We are going to see Robbie right now still inside of this residential area, kind of been staying in this house. And we've seen, right now, Plague going to go into the house.
Yeah, going with a shotgun, typically a shotgun or an SMG, something for close range combat while you're inside these areas is a good thing to have out, especially when you start checking buildings. You want to be sure that you're going to be able to take a close range fight, and the shots are coming out from Robbie. One shot, two shot, Odin Plague, able to get it and gives him a wave. Goodbye as he just lights him up. Reaping benefits now getting lit up here. His car's flipped upside down, gets one good shot into Woolley, takes his helmet off, but Woolley is going to go ahead and take that fight down and lands himself his 3rd kill of the match.
Woolley loses the helmet there, but able to pop another one back on. Then we're going to see Drew TV the Bison going to take down Brazarian. Now inside of the gas, trying to heal himself up. So you can see the damage coming in as we do have our new ring. We're still going to have a little bit of PV, but it is starting to move slightly away to that eastern portion of the map.
Yeah, you can start seeing this circle pull off the edge where that first one actually touched the edge of the first ring, and you're going to start seeing this center more and more. So we're going to start losing PV ring by ring. Whoop-de-woo here in a fight with Danielle. See how this goes. He's a little bit ahead, Danny. A little bit of damage on her.
Yeah, quite a long distance fight, about 155 meters between them. Right now we are going to have another airdrop coming down. You can actually see that little smoke signal in that top portion of your screen. Gas is going to advance here in just 25 seconds.
Yeah, and another change that we talked about yesterday, you can see the smoke nade changes. For anybody that's watched before, you're going to definitely notice a change if you haven't played this most recent combat patch. You cannot see through those smokes anymore. They are just a wall, so they work really, really well. They're an effective way to get yourself out of danger or to just provide yourself a little bit of cover while you get healed up. So you'll see those come out more in the late game. Typically, you don't want to be having to let loose on them this early. Louis going to get tagged here by Impact Afro down to 69. Looks like he is all right, and he did get a new makeshift or body armor on.
Yeah, Louis should be okay here right now, but Afro is unrelenting, trying to get more shots in.
He's trying to take out that vehicle there, throwing shots at the car, starting to do that war of attrition, just eating at the vehicle, and he has the ammo to do it right now. He has over 200 rounds, so he can sit here and just eat at it. And while firing at the car, he gets 2 connections, takes the 2 hit off of Louis, so Louis is now bleeding, still at right about 100% health, but he is going to have to stop somewhere and heal. I don't think Afro's going to chase this one down, though.
I mean, Afro just got so much in that fight, though. You don't necessarily need to get the kill to come out on top. We are going to see Oscar, another player that we have seen throughout TwitchCon, trying to retreat right now in the Jeep in a relatively bad fight. Another Jeep could follow to try to take that fight. It doesn't seem like it is going to be the case, though.
Yeah, Pop, you can hear that engine as he's trying to hit shift for the boost, and you can hear it kind of making that high-pitched, tinny noise, and that car is really close to being exploded.
Yeah, Pop at about 30 here, and as you mentioned, once you get below 20, that's when we are going to see that fire come popping off. Bren in a fight right now with Traditions.
He's going to go ahead and disengage from that. Bryn and Traditions, 2 solid players. Would have been awesome to see that fight go down, and we are going to lose Ji-Woon Donnie to Aspire. Aspire netting himself his 3rd kill of the match. So we've got 2 players at least that we've seen get 3 kills so far. They're doing the aggressive play style. We've also seen a lot of people playing the inside of the houses. So again, we get to see how this...
I'm wrong too. Wasn't Aspire the one who actually broke out that BM like a little bit early?
Oh, he was the first one.
So we actually saw like a little bit of BM out of Aspire, trying to rack up those kills right now. One of those players that sometimes you watch him play and it's just like, okay, this person's trying to make a name for themselves. 2-0, going to bring out some shots right now into Transpair, quite far away, not necessarily going to be able to connect. Do you like this fight here?
I like it. I like it better for 2-0. He has a little bit more full cover, but we are going to hop on with Ride Gaming, and he is going to catch that shotgun kill into One Bad Mofo. One Bad Mofo going to get taken out there. I do like that fight, though, from the inside. You have more cover to use the building. Other players stuck in the trees is putting himself at much more risk. You're in a better situation. You're not getting shot in the back. Somebody rolls up on you from his position, he's going to hear them coming. So you can kind of get away with that sitting inside and taking the fight if you're not worried about somebody else coming in.
Rye Gaming now inside of that police car, moving away after a pretty lucrative engagement. But it is going to be Myth Cryptid that we look at next, letting a few shots.
Yeah, Cryptid just actually signing to Myth, him and Crumb, actually. So 2 players that we were familiar with from DreamHack. Awesome guys. We'll see how he ends up playing this one out.
Kiddo now going to let some shots come out. Odin, though, instantly back inside that Jeep, using the car both as cover and as an escape tool. And here, this is actually one of the first smokes that we've actually gotten a chance to see so far, and you can see just how much thicker that really is. Louis now going to be in an engagement here with that Greg.
Yeah, he got the helmet there, too. I don't know if you saw it.
We've seen that Greg kind of just, like, hiding out, playing it, like, really low-key for a while, not really trying to be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, trying to not be aggressive, you want to start getting aggressive towards the end game. You'll see a lot of pro players do that also when they do the pro matches, that they try to get to a certain point, and at a certain count, whatever they've determined that number is for them, is when they're going to start trying to knock other players out. And if they have the advantage of the position, they may not take any shots until the very end. So it's been really interesting this weekend to watch just how many people have been going for the kills and just playing aggressive, trying to use the platform of TwitchCon to just get kills in.
I mean, you gotta, if you want to be playing seriously, you have to make a name for yourself at some point. Now it's going to be Geo Kiddo once again.
Yeah, Geo a little bit behind.
Serious damage.
The other guy's going to go ahead and back off out of that fight for him. So he's going to be able to get away here. It looks like he had, for a second there on the Versus, it looked like he had been shot at by Superman Man of Steel, who was way out there. And it looked like he may have been trying to give some assists. And he is getting circled now. Tim going to hop out, gets immediately back into the car, though. I don't think that Tim saw him. I think Tim thought he was going to get some free loot at that campground.
Yeah, Geo Kiddo in a very tough position there. We are going to see just cars circling around him. Now, another airdrop is going to be coming down right now, and it is going to be Transpair, who is the closest to this one. But we're at that late portion of the game. We're going for it. Could just be a death sentence, because as we already look at the bombs are definitely going to be a factor as well. But you can also see just everyone circling around. Transpair. Man, we have seen so many people go down to these explosions. Salvation going to be the one here. Transpair sees it come down. He moves into that building very quickly. Still in a good place to potentially try to capture everything inside. Oscar going to be able to take down Darkus. Now it's Chronic Pudding inside of the building, playing it nice and slow.
Yeah, he's hanging out. He's got a good spot inside the building. There's really no way for somebody to push and hit him. He's also in a room that doesn't have any windows, so no throwables are going to come in. The only way to get there is if he does this. Odin's going to pop that window and try and get a grenade down, but he's going to have an easy spot to go ahead and wrap the corner to get away from it if he knows that it's coming in. So we'll see if Odin goes for that throwable.
Now, as we start moving towards the later portions of the game, another kill going to come in, and it's Geo Kiddo. We saw Geo in a fight a little bit earlier. It seems like Geo could actually navigate out of that situation, pick up a kill of their own. Now we're with Odin Plague inside of the building. And one just talked about the late game. What type of fights do you expect to see when we actually do get into these final rings now that we've started to move into like a closer area?
We'll have to see just how much of PV is still in that later zone. Right now it's still within the circle, so there's still a chance that we catch a little bit of the city in it. So you'll have a couple tree fights where you're going to see some peak fights with some throwables and some AR fight, possible pushes with shotguns, and then you're going to see a lot of ones where you're going to see some AK versus SMG versus shotgun in the city if that ends up getting still within that safe zone. And those are always really tense, and we've got another fight here with Traditions versus Hansen.
Traditions right now going to pop up. We see the helmet get popped off. It's Zox out in the wings going to be able to take down Tim, but ultimately that Greg going to come in here and just take out Traditions in the pinch. Now we are going to see right now Geo Kiddo and Y2T Bren in that engagement. Bren going to be the one to fall down here. Geo Kiddo, just a survivor here in so many bad situations, and all of a sudden just able to stay up, starts putting up some kills. Now on board with Louis. We can see taking shots in the back. Helmet going to be knocked off, trying to get behind that tree, putting that between. Yeah, it's America trying to put in those shots, and you can see the helmet gets popped back on by Louis.
Yeah, Louis getting shot at long range by America from that radio tower roof there. A few shots coming out. We've seen, so we were talking about Geo Kiddo a second ago, and it's interesting to watch him because he's still playing a safe game. He's trying to find spots that he can hold, but he's being aggressive in the sense that he's holding his positions and trying to make sure that people know that that's his spot, and that works out really well for the most part. I talked about it yesterday a little bit. I don't like when you just hide inside of a building and nobody knows you're there, because you put yourself in a potential of somebody trying to come in and do the same thing you're doing, and now you're in a coin flip inside the house fight, which is a lot of pressure and a lot of panic, a lot like what we might see here if Odin's still circling Blackpot. Odin knows he's there and he wants the fight, but he hasn't been able to get it yet. And now we're going to see a third player coming in, forced by the gas, that might end up in the same building with them. Elsewhere on the map, though, we are going to lose Aspire, who was getting all those kills before. He's going to go down to Transpair.
Yeah, we have a straight house party, though, going on right here. You can see that Jeep cruise on up, looking for parking. Now it is going to be Acid Raindrops to take out Ghosty Bloodlust. I think we could just see a bunch of kills go down, though, inside of this house. Blackpot is still going to be there firm. Louis going to be taken down right now by Random Rain, just absolutely ripped apart, but Random Rain may go down as well.
Yep, trade happens. He's not able to get the heal off in time at that 1% with that level 3 bleed on him, and he is going to go ahead and go down. Remix, can't 2-tap. Those two players are going to trade out.
Raindrops right now, seeing Chronic Pudding trying to connect, getting some shots in, tapping into that vehicle.
Yeah, a couple shots. He gets one hit into the player, so Chronic Pudding going to take a shot to the back, a little bit of bleed, but he is long gone. Shots coming into the back here, and Devil's Mercy going to get tagged by Kev Kid from the back. Geo Kiddo from the front. Geo Kiddo netting himself his 3rd kill on the match. We'll see if he can spot the other player that was throwing out shots. There's one out here to his right. It's Sox. He's going to be in the pinch play that he just had the other player in if he decides to take this fight. Dan the Man rolling around in the bushes here, looking for shots. Remix can't two-tap, has not seen him. We'll see if Dan takes the shots or not.
Dan the Man.
Wait it out.
Dan the Man. Yeah, we are going to see Remix start to move away. Dan the Man holding that position, but just like that, another person is going to get very close to Dan. Dan not trying to take these fights, but he could get the pinch here. We see the shots coming in from Remix can't two-tap.
Ooh,
just like that, yeah, Wooly does get taken down by Remix. Dan still not actually exposing his location.
I just realized I was wrong before. I guess Remix got the kill on the end onto Random Rain. I thought that he was the other player that he traded with. It looks like Remix can't two-tap is still in. I apologize for that misread on my part.
Transbear right now on top of this roof. How important do you think that this high position is going to be as we approach the late game? I think it's one of those things where we see players try to hold that good positioning on the top of roofs, but we may actually see the safe zone pull away, so they're going to have to crash to another location.
So the issue is, as it pulls away and it forces people off, you get into a bad situation where you might be forced to jump off of a building and take damage. However, for the players that are aware of it, the boots now actually reduce a ton of fall damage. You can take minimal, under 10% damage from very high jump spots, and Remix can't two-tap. Dan the Man finally stepping up, getting into a fight, firing into the car. The car is going to explode. Remix can't two-tap, is going to die to that. Dan the Man coming out of the bushes to net himself a kill there onto Remix.
Yeah, Dan the Man initially trying to get the shots in, maybe take that fight. Oh, we're going to jump on board with this one really quick, and we are going to see Rupee coming out on top just like that. Blackpot going to be able to get another one. It's Zox going to be falling down. Maybe a little bit of a pinch coming in there. Mitch Gaming does have that cop car. Oh, just like this, we are going to see the kill feed absolutely going berserk right now. Superman of Steel trying to get some healing going behind this rock. But one of the nice things we saw with that first fight, not necessarily at first maybe trying to get that vehicle for themselves when it seems like they're not going to be able to win the fight and maintain the vehicle. It's just like, okay, we're just going to make this one pop.
Yeah, it looks like Odin Plague just netted himself another kill. He takes down Danny, and OG Triv is going to take out Ruppy. Ruppy, one of the guys that qualified last year to play into the main event, so he is going to get eliminated there. And now we have it, Great American and Brucey going at it. Brucey getting tagged from two different sides. It looked like he wanted to hop in the car and go get him. Era Inc., the Oracle, Blackpot, and 2-0 all going to get dropped here. Triv getting a second kill there, and Hansen going off, finds Brucey, takes him out with the assist from Superman Man of Steel as Acid is in a fight here with Drew TV the Bison.
Only the top 10 players will be able to compete for $50,000. We're starting to get close. We are going to see Raindrops right now putting out some of the smoke, trying to find more favorable positioning, starting to wrap around. We are going to see Honor and Great American all go down here, down to just 28. Raindrops looking for a fight here, but we can see a potentially scary situation coming in right now. Oh, taking that initial onslaught of damage down to 68. Still engaged with Bisons. It's just a shotgun fight here around this tree. It's too far, and also you don't necessarily want to peek out, especially with that pinch coming in. Raindrops going to fall down.
Yeah, Dr. Drew going to take that one down. The shotgun, he's just outside of the range. Your real effective range is maybe a car length and a half if you're looking at like a Jeep or a cop car. Roughly 1.5 of those is about your effective range on that shotgun. Once you're outside of that range, the damage drops off huge. Hansen going to get taken out by Oscar, but Oscar's going to drop down to Odin Plague immediately after to a head tap.
Putting on a show for us as well. We are going to see right now Dark Anakin and Salty Cheerios really close proximity to each other. We see another 3 players clustered up on that building. It seems to be just clusters of 3 players in each of these buildings. We're going to start seeing bodies dropping very soon right now. We are on right now with Big Boys Gaming. Looks like Cryptid should fall down here.
Yeah, Cryptid going to be able to get the heal off, though. America in a fight with Odin Plague, but he is going to go down to the grenade. We have lost both Americas.
And right now with only 22 still in this one. Plague still taking some damage, trying to get away from those shots. Does have the Jeep to get into.
Just going to hang out, hope that Dan drives by and doesn't see him, and it looks like Dan is going to keep moving. Manny coming up. Odin at 5 kills, so one of the top kill players in this match so far. And he's going to drive away here, get back in the car. It looks like he's got the healing going. He just wants to stay mobile. Kim Long is a goat, goes down to Rye Gaming to the shotgun.
Rye Gaming right now with a pretty good positioning in this building as well. We'll have to see if Rye Gaming decides to actually peek out and look for a fight. And we just have way too many people inside of this ring right now. And many of them are not going to be long for this earth. In that top right portion of the screen, we are going to jump on with these players. We have Transpare TV, and it could just go either way.
Yeah, this is about to go off here. Triv going to get taken out. Cheerio's going to go down as well. And we've got another fight here between Drew and O'Flower, who's taking a fight to Dark Anakin. Bison trying to make a pinch possibly, and he's going to get a couple shots there into Flower. I think we're going to lose that guy in the background to the gas in just a minute here, though. Dark Anakin is most likely going to die to the gas.
Transpare right now tries to get into that smoke. Still going to be cut down, though, at the hands of Myth Cryptid.
15. 5 away from going to top 10. These guys have the pressure on them right now. This is the part where you start getting palms a little sweaty, start trying to hope you're not going to get into a fight. Manny D going to get taken out by Drew.
Drew trying to hang on here, fighting for a tournament life. Myth Cryptid right now behind the tree, trying to make sure. I mean, at this point, you almost just want to avoid a fight. If you can just last 4 more, you are going to be able to play for $50,000.
Absolutely. You do not want to be in a fight right now. You want everybody else to die. You want to be able to hang out. Myth Cryptid trying to play his way out of a pinch here. He's got Drew shooting him from behind, who's turned his attention to. Chaos Ape out in front of him, who he's already gotten a couple shots into, so he looks like his attention was that way for the kill, and every time he turns around, he seems to take a shot from the other side. This is a rough spot. 13 remain. He wants to stay up. Chronic Pudding is going to get taken out there.
Chronic Pudding does go down, and Myth Cryptid still just in this terrible situation. We do see Dr. Drew advancing a little bit. Myth Cryptid needs to find a way out of this right now. Maybe wrap around the tree, try to take a closer engagement, but Myth Cryptid is already weakened. Some serious shots coming in, and he is just going to go down, and you can see that face of defeat. That was a tough position to be in. One more player will go home here. Dr. Drew taking the fight. Mitch Gaming going to be able to get out of here without a problem.
Yeah.
Odin Plague and Stovers are right on top of each other inside of the smoke.
They're inside the same smoke. We'll see if they spot each other. The Bison still taking shots over towards Chaos Ape. Chaos Ape, not sure where he just went to, but we've got Babe Cinco coming in. He's going to run right over the top of Mitch Gaming in the smoke. Hops over him, doesn't even see him. These smokes work so well now. You can't see yourself in the smoke. You're definitely not going to see another player.
We just have so many players right on top of each other as soon as the smoke dissipates. But just like that, we're going to see the 1v1, and we have our top 10, and they know it as well. Chaos Ape starts to light up this kill feed. We're going to see Mitch Gaming, and we have some of the players just running around right now, taking their victory laps. They will be competing for $50,000.
And he is still in. He made top 10, and I think he walked away, and I think he's still in the match. Kev Kid going to go down. Impact Afro. We do have that player coming back to his seat to continue playing. You can see the excitement in his face as he just did a lap around the stage.
You had to throw the headset back on and get back into this one. You still got some glory to play for here.
Careful, Astro's here. Don't be throwing their headsets, man.
Ryan Gaming going to pop off that helmet. Another one gets thrown back on.
And we've got the fight here between Rye Gaming and Stovers in this close-range shotgun battle, and Rye Gaming is going to go down to Stovers. We have 3 players left. 2 players left as Raj Babe goes down to Dare Detox. Dare Detox out in the open, gets a couple shots off. Both players very low here. Dare Detox ahead with a little bit of healing already rolling, also a little bit of extra health. He is going to go ahead and get that bleed off, though. He doesn't know the health of the other player, so we're going to see how this one goes. This is just for the glory of taking down the game. These guys are both going on to Sunday's finals. You can see the wave to the camera from Dare.
Hey, Mom, I did it. Stovers right now and Dare waiting this one out, about to get into this engagement here. We'll have to see who can actually take first place. Stovers starting to get a little bit aggressive here.
Detox with a little bit more trees to work with. He is waving. It looks like he, is this?
Are you going for it?
Is this going to, don't tell me this is going to happen.
Oh, he saw the wave come out.
Am I going to get to see this again? Am I going to get to do a second one of these? Oh, this is going to be good.
Make some
Let's
noise.
go!
Stovers and Dare Detox.
Take it off, boys. Bare knuckles. Let's get it going.
You said you wanted to cast one. You're getting your chance right now. We have a brawl on our hand. We're going to let the fists fly. Let's see who can take this one.
Shots out. Stovers trying to get some shots in there. Quite ahead right now. Dare Detox down to under 50%. Stovers getting connections. It's getting even out. Dare Detox one more. Stovers gonna take down that boxing match. good show from both of them. Both these guys going on to play in Sunday.
You have your champion and you have your top 10. There are only 10 more spots left, so we're going to jump into another match soon to see who will be joining them. But congratulations to all the players who managed to qualify here. Now we actually do have one of them on the floor right now with Kelly. Kelly, take it away for an interview.
Hey guys, I'm joined by Riot Gaming here, who made it top 10. You're